The Topo Designs travel bag is a 30 or 40 liter heritage style looking pack, depending on the size that you choose. If you're new to the channel, I'm Tom, the founder of Pack Hacker, and we love helping people optimize their travel experience with guides and reviews just like this one. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Let's jump right in to the Topo Designs travel bag. Overall, this pack has a really strong heritage vibe, and it kind of reminds me of bags that were made in the 70s or something like that, with the bright colors and the boxier shape to go along with it. At the time of this review, the travel bag comes in 3 different colors. You have ballistic black, olive, and navy, what we have going on right here. Typically, we would travel with black since it's a little bit more subdued, but all the colors going on here feel totally Topo, and you can see based on a lot of their other products, they have a lot of bright and saturated colors going on. So if you like that look, great. If not, there is a black version as well. From a branding perspective, we have a white logo on the front of the pack, which is pretty classic to Topo Designs. So a lot of their products will feature this little white tag on a lot of the areas and a small Topo tag on the interior. Also, if you want to use the messenger strap, there is a logo there as well. Overall, we think this pack is slick and it achieves the look that it's going for. However, aesthetics are always in the eyes of the beholder. So we pulled our Instagram audience over at Pack Hacker, and here are the results. From a materials perspective, on the exterior, the main fabric is 1000D nylon. It's important to note that the 1000D nylon here is not Cordura, and you will see Cordura used on a lot of other Topo design bags, especially the ones that are made in the US. Then towards the bottom here, we have kind of a ballistic weave going on, so that's going to add a little bit more durability as you're setting this pack down on the floor. Also included is 400D nylon pack cloth. And then the liner is a 210D pack cloth with a brilliant fluorescent color. You can really see your gear and what's going on inside of the bag, which we definitely dig. Some of the colorways also offer 1680D ballistic nylon, which is kind of a different look and feel than this ordinary 1000D nylon. All the zippers on this bag are YKK, and the main compartment offers a really beefy number 10 zipper. You really can't get much better on the durability and quality front there. Also, Woojin and Duraflex hardware are used in the plastic bits across the bag at the strap adjusters where the harness system attaches, where the sternum strap attaches. So they've chosen some really quality hardware across the entirety of this bag. And as we mentioned before, Topo produces a lot of their bags in the USA. However, this travel bag has been produced in Vietnam. Kicking it off with the external components, let's start with the harness system. And as you can see from right now, everything is completely hideable. So you just unzip this and it's quite easy to pull the straps out. So the straps attach with this Duraflex clip right here. So to be honest, this harness system is so. We have a couple of nitpicks with it. So let's get right into it, starting with these straps. Overall, these are decently comfortable. There is some thick and padded foam here. However, we have seen foam on the market that is a little bit more dense. So it's not 100% ideal, although it definitely is really comfortable. There are also some load lifters at the top here, which are really great to pull that load closer to your back. It's ideal on a pack of this size. So anything about 35 liters and up, we start to look for those load lifters. On the straps, you also have D-rings at the bottom for additional attachment options. And then you have this MOLLE-like material, just 2 little MOLLE pieces here that can be used to attach additional accessories. So that is really awesome. A ton of room for modularity and customizability on the Topo Designs travel bag. Also on the straps, there's an option to attach and remove a sternum strap. We're not 100% set on this type of attachment because it's easy to pull off. We typically prefer a more permanent attachment point, whether it be a buckle or something else, because we have lost a couple sternum straps while testing bags other than this one with a similar setup. As we mentioned earlier, this entire harness system is hideable, which is super great and convenient and perfect for air travel when you don't want a ton of those additional straps whacking around or you want to check this bag. There's one little gotcha with the clips though. Make sure to not twist them up and make sure that the Duraflex clip, the opening, is faced towards the inside, so towards you. Also below there is a hip belt that is non-detachable. However, it is hideable, which is really great as Topo gives you the option to do this. We think anything 40 liters and up should at least have an option for a hip belt, and we are super excited that Topo has included it here. You will find strap keepers on the hip belt to manage a bunch of those excess straps. However, you will not find strap keepers on the shoulder strap adjusters, so just note that. And one last gripe with the harness system is the frame sheet, or lack thereof. When wearing a bag this size, we definitely prefer a bit more structure. Although popping your laptop in the dedicated compartment will help with that structure a little bit, this is overall a little bit more of a bag than a pack. With that being said, there are 3 different ways to carry this thing, and the first one is the harness system, which we just covered. Next are the 3 grab handles on 3 of the 4 sides of this bag. Really makes it a lot easier to carry, and the straps are somewhat padded as well, so they're comfy. Lastly, you can carry this thing as a messenger or duffel. This method of carry may be why Topo didn't include a stiff frame sheet. A lot of us at Pack Hacker prefer backpacks. However, if you like to carry bags of this size in a messenger or duffel style, please let me know in the comments as to why you like that or you prefer that a little bit more than backpack carry. Would love to learn from you and why that system works for you. On the front of the pack, you have 2 strips of daisy chains going down here for additional attachment options, plus you get that pop of color. And lastly, you have 2 attachment points to attach other smaller Topo bags to this bigger travel pack. Our day pack fits well here, however, it makes everything quite large. And without a solid frame sheet or a more robust harness system, the carry isn't quite ideal, especially if you have a fully packed additional bag on the back side of this. You're gonna start running into weight issues that should be handled by a harness that's a little bit more robust. Plus, it obstructs you fully opening the bag when the smaller pack is attached. Kicking it off with the dedicated laptop compartment on the exterior, this thing is seriously small. Sure, you can fit most 15-inch laptops in here, and we've tested with a 15-inch MacBook Pro. However, it is a little less than ideal as you have to kind of diagonally shove it in and then shimmy the laptop in order to get the right fit. Once it does go in, there is ample space inside of the pouch and the pocket itself. However, just the zippered opening area is a little bit too small. Moving on to the front of the pack, we have a quick grabs organization pocket that is vertical. There's some really great stuff going on in the interior here. So you have 2 zippered pockets that fill out the bottom half, and then you have a key ring for keys on top of that. And then this whole pouch, not to mention, has a lot of room in it and can be used as a standalone pocket itself. Maybe you want to shove a compressible jacket inside or just any type of things that you want quick access to. One thing to note here are the zippered compartments, and this is an excellent call, especially when you have a vertical pocket like this. So in a lot of other bags, you'll see some type of organization here that's not zippered, and a lot of the times your gear can fly around inside of the pocket if it's just a free-floating pocket or pouch, especially if it's on the side. So we like the Topo has included additional zippered pocket options here. And behind that front pocket, there is a big horseshoe compartment opening going on here as well, with some additional organization inside. This is also a number 10 YKK zipper, so a super durable zipper. And also to mention here, that paracord can be weaved through a loop to make it a little bit harder for thieves and people with grabby hands to access your stuff quickly. There's a zippered pocket towards the top, which is great for situating flatter items like documents or larger notebooks. Then you have a 1/3 and 2/3 partition pocket here for additional organization. Onto the main compartment of this bag, we also have number 10 YKK zips, which are super strong and durable. All the zippers on this pack also have zipper pull tabs that you can grab onto as you're unzipping the bag, which makes it a lot easier to tear open quickly. The bag fully opens up in that horseshoe style, and you're greeted with a couple of mesh partitions here on the front. So these are great for socks, underwear, or just any other flatter, smaller like items that you want to compartmentalize. And there's one sneaky thing on the back here. This entire area opens up, offering a separate compartment as well. So that's super handy. There's a lot of compartmentalization and partitions going on inside of this bag. Then moving on behind the top flap, we have an additional divider partition here with 2 of these 210D pack cloth pockets going on here. And on the interior, they still have the red zipper pulls. However, it is thinner paracord than what's found on the outside to keep things a little bit more minimal and slick on the inside. And now we can open up this divider to the main compartment here. So it basically opens up to a giant bucket on the inside. The zippered partition here is nice, and it kind of acts as a standalone compression system that protects the space on the other areas of the bag and all those other divider pockets that we've seen and already walked through. So if you want to jam your clothes in there and kind of compress it down, that totally works. However, we always recommend using packing cubes, especially because it makes organization of a larger pocket like this a little bit easier. And the partition is totally optional, so if you don't want to use it, it's easy enough to kind of roll up and stow towards the bottom of the bag. We love the way the Peak Design travel backpack handles this, as they have a similar feature going on here, but you can roll it up and stow it inside of a dedicated pocket at the bottom of the bag. So it's overall a really slick system. It's fine with the way Topo does it. However, you're just gonna have some excess fabric that could potentially flap around as you're trying to organize the interior of your pack. As for packing cubes, any will do. However, Topo offers a couple different sizes that'll fit nicely in here as well. Be sure to head over to packhacker.com. We have an entire guide on packing cubes, so be sure to check that out if you're looking for what to get. The last thing to mention here is the boxier shape of the pack. So if you like that look on the outside, great, definitely roll with it. If not, just know that there's some great functionality to a pack of this size and shape as well. So with more of the corners, it makes it easier to optimize every little piece of space inside of this bag versus other packs that curve a little bit more. Those aren't quite as space optimized as we see here with the Topo travel bag. At the time of this review, I've been testing the Topo Designs travel bag for 2 weeks, mostly as a daily driver on the bike and going to and from the co-working space, and of course loaded up with a ton of gear. Overall, I've really enjoyed the organizational features that this pack offers, even if the frame sheet and harness system is a little bit lacking. There are no durability issues to report as of yet, except for a small fraying piece of fabric on the Topo logo here, and we have seen this crop up with a couple other of their products. Other than that, we don't really have any concerns around anything that affects the usage or how long this thing is going to hold up. So we have great confidence that it's going to continue to perform as we use it and test it for longer. So to wrap this thing up with some pros and cons, the Topo Designs travel bag offers some really great and thoughtful organization. Topo uses quality materials and construction throughout. The fluorescent liner on the interior makes it easy to spot your gear and really turns the light on inside of the bag. For some of the cons, the harness system is subpar, especially for a bag of this size. The laptop compartment is a little bit too small and you need to shimmy 15-inch laptops just to fit them inside. Lastly, the sternum strap doesn't permanently attach, which increases the likelihood of you losing it. Overall, the Topo Designs travel bag offers some great organization, thoughtful design features, and a pointed heritage aesthetic. If you can get past the laptop compartment not being an ideal size and have no problem with the less than optimal harness system, there are a ton of pros going on with this pack, and it could serve your one bag travel needs very well. Thanks for taking a look at our review on the Topo Designs travel bag. See you in the next one.